All right, so in this video, we're going to walk through doing a little bit of GroupBy. I'm going to break this into a couple videos. The first video is just going to cover like what does GroupBy do, and then I'll make a short one, and then hopefully another short one about like actually using this to do things to our groups. So let's say like overall, the point of GroupBy is to take a set of data and then break it up into groups based on kind of common elements. So within this data, we can see over here, we have our data frame here. One thing they've done in here, they talked about kind of renaming the columns to make them a little more consistent. So you don't say snow depth dot, cm, like do this long thing. Let's just change that to snow. We'll kind of condense this down a little bit in here. So what we need to do in here, so we can group these by different things. Like for example, we could look for all of the data for like the weather on say every Monday or something. We could look for, or maybe this is, I think this is Monday for the day one, but we could kind of group together all Mondays and see like, make a bunch of groups and see maybe find something out about what's happening on all Mondays. Or for weather data, it makes sense to group all the data by months. So we could look through and say, hey, all month ones, put those into one group, and then group all month two, put that into another group, and so on and so forth. So we have all the data together, and then we can do like sum, mean, other different operations on those individual groups. All right, so let's get back into here. We're in here. Okay, so what we want to do in here is we want to do GroupBy. So we're going to look down into this code. We're going to do this. So we're going to do groups WH3 GroupBy month. Now, if we try and print this, what this is showing here is like when we print it, groups by itself are not very conducive to printing. They are like not. We can do other stuff with them, but they're not really like not easy to just show their contents. So what I want to do here is we'll do this a couple different ways. I'm going to say list, I'm going to say groups, and if we run this, we should see, well, we're going to see a bunch of things. You can see a whole selection of data. We can see that it's a list of data, and in each list, there's going to be this kind of tuple. So we could check the length of this list. Let's try that first. Oops, let's take the length of this list and we run it. We see it has a length of 12 because there are 12 groups. That's great. Let's check the contents of a single list. So of a single group. So go into groups and let's pull out list 0. Let's pull out the very first list. So you can see these are all of the months that are ending in that are 1. So it's like January. Inside of the list, there's going to be 2 pieces of data. There's going to be what group this was. This is group 1, and then also, so of course, all the months are also going to be 1 in here. That's like the first element is like what was it grouped by? Well, they all have like the month is equal to 1 in common here. We could change this up to be whatever we want. Change it to 4. We're going to see. That's interesting. Why is 1? Oh, did I do 1 to begin with? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Or did I do 0? 0 should get me 1. Yeah, okay, of course. Yeah, 0. That's going to be month 1. All right, anyways. So that's what a group is going to have. We could go through and if we take this out of a list, we could go through and just loop through this kind of like a dictionary with our key and our groups. And in here, what we were printing out, that's what we're seeing in here is like this is the key and then this is the group. So it's all that data in there. And if we try and print this, we can see something like this. Maybe you can tell kind of what data is this giving us? Any thoughts? It is the days of the month, right? Because in month 1, there's going to be 31 entries of data because there's 1 per day. In February, there's going to be 28. So it's really getting us the list of like how long, like the number of days in the month. Okay, we can also, so it's going to kind of, I think that's enough for now. That's just kind of what GroupBy does. It organizes things into groups. We specify it will automatically create groups. You just specify the month or specify the column that you want to group by, and it will automatically create groups for you based on like the unique elements that are in there. So really powerful thing to group data together.